and I'm going to go ahead and start.
There you go.
Do the same thing she'd do to me if I was nervous.
Oh, you have to press record, Sherry.
I did.
Okay.
We're
So, I'm really excited to have Megan Miller on the Zoom tonight. And I've known Megan for a long time. She is one of Jamie's very first coaches. So, we've been through the trenches together, have we not? Like, honestly, we were there from the very beginning. And so Megan works a full-time job. She has two very, very, very active boys that are like nonstop in sports. Like, she's always on the road, like baseball games, like you said, basketball starting. I don't know how she does it. But this girl is a diamond coach. She never, ever, ever, ever misses her power hour. She never makes excuses. I admire her because you will see Megan is up at 3:30 in the morning doing her Teamsy and her power hour because she knows that she has practices all night long. And so in order to build her goals or, the vision for her business, she gets up at 3:30 in the morning and does her power hour. And I think I don't know if you work out and stuff too, but I do know you do, I think, Teamsy and you're posting and all that stuff. Like, she's up at 3:30 in the morning if she knows that that's going to be a busy day. So I'm just going to let Megan take over on how she does it because she's like the queen of time management. I don't know how you do it, honestly.
I don't think I would call myself the queen of time management, but I just know that if I don't do it in the morning, I probably won't do it. So yeah, like Brandy said, my alarm goes off at 3. I actually have 3 different alarms that go off. And my phone alarm, I have like motivational sayings with my alarm. So like, dream big, it's time to retire is one of them. So that kind of helps. But yes, I do my personal development in the morning, and then I do my workout, and then the last 45 minutes of my morning, I try to do as much of my power hour or my Teamsy as I can. And then what doesn't get done, then I'll finish up in the evening. But yeah, the boys are crazy busy, so if it's not done, then I won't do it in the evening. But one of the things that does help is I have an app on my phone. It's like a planner. I think it's called My Planner, and it breaks it down into time. So you can put like what your task is and the time frame you want to do it in, and then it will send you a reminder that it's time to do this. So I set that up and I kind of follow it. So like if I have 15 minutes set for my personal development, then I'll just do it until that goes off, and then I'll stop it and I'll start my next one. So like my workout. So yeah, it's crazy, but it works for me, and it does make my day feel a little bit more in check. Like, I feel more alert throughout the day getting stuff done early in the morning. So
do you get up like on the weekends? Do you still get up early, like if they have to play sports and stuff? Like,
yeah, if we have stuff going on. So like Saturdays, I don't get up at 3 a.m. I might change my alarm and get up at 5 instead. And then I really am not a morning person. I do like to sleep. So then Sundays, I kind of let that be my sleep-in day.
Yeah.
And then kind of fit stuff in when I can. Because if I get in a habit that if I get up early all the time, because then I don't go to bed early. I'm normally up until 10 or 10:30, and then I run down, and then I get in a funk of not getting up, and then I don't get my stuff done that I need to get done. But yeah.
So you have a really good, I know you have a really good full-time job, and I know that you plan on quitting your job, right? You want to quit your job.
Yeah, that's
okay.
My big push.
What do you say to somebody like we all have, like, all struggle with, like, I think everybody in some struggles of time management. And so what do you say when you just, like, you're frustrated one week and you feel like you don't have enough time, and you know what I mean? Like, you're overwhelmed, and what do you do when you feel like quitting? Because, I mean, I think we've all had that thoughts like, oh my gosh, is it worth it?
Yeah, and I've had plenty of those thoughts, and even sometime here recently I have. But I just go back to why I'm doing it, and basically that's for my boys. And like this morning, I made the post that I had to drop them off at the daycare at 5:30 this morning because I had a busy day at work, and I had to get in early to get home for something, and they don't deserve to have to get up at 5 a.m. I mean, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I had to do to be able to get everything done. So I just kind of look at it as once this works out, they won't be getting up. They can sleep in until 7 and then get up, and I'll take them to school. So
I like that because then you're just constantly surrounded by that every morning. That why.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like we get lost. Like we kind of forget what our why is sometimes. Like why we're doing it. I mean. So you're pretty consistent on Success Club too. And so what do you say? What do you say when somebody says, I just don't have time to do it because I have to be at work at 6 or, I'm just too busy. Like, what do you say to
Well, I kind of break
what
it.
just goes to you with that?
I kind of break it down with like, there's that one picture of like 30 minutes is what, 2% of your day.
Mm-hmm.
Like really, you can't find 30 minutes somewhere to do something. And then, I always bring up, what my day looks like and how I get up and get it done in the morning, or I do it after the boys go to bed or when they're doing their homework. Like you've got to find that balance and figure out what works. So most of the time it's just an excuse for people that they don't have time.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add or ask Sherry?
So you make those excuses invalid when people are coming at you with them.
Yeah. When you see her up at 3:30 in the morning.
Enough time to hit Success Club 5 every month. You're like, well, I get up at 3:30 to do it.
Yeah. And, plenty of people say, I don't know how you do it. And half the time, I don't know how I do it. Because that's what I have to do.
It's all about priorities because, like, for example, so football season's coming up. And as a guy, I can tell you, there's a lot of guy friends that I have and the professional friends that, they play fantasy football. Well, that takes time to go through your drafts and to pick who you want. But they like to do it. It's important for them. So even if they're an attorney or whatever, they will make the time to make sure that they can get their picks in and do that because they enjoy it. It's something that is important to them, so they will make the time to do it. So anyone can find the time to do the things that's important for them, right? That's what you're saying. As busy as you are, it's important to you. It's important for your kids to be able to get up at 7 instead of 5. So you're going to do whatever it takes to make that happen. It's important enough to you to where you're going to inconvenience yourself and find the time.
Right.
Right.
I love that. And she's always like, Megan, you're always posting. Like you're consistent about your posting. So do you have like advice for people because you are on the go all the time, do you use I know what helps me is like when I'm running kids back and forth, like the voice messenger app, that helps me a lot. And I even invite people with that. Mm-hmm. Or do you find pockets of time, like when your kids are at their games and you have any advice for busy moms?
There's a lot of times that I will take my notebook to a practice or even a game, and I will send messages before the game starts. Or like last week, my son was doing karate classes, and I was sitting there for an hour. So that's what I did for that hour was I sent my messages and, did what I could then. But yeah, you just got to find the blocks of time that work and go from there.
Right. If your kids have tons of games, and you got to go to practice with them, why not work then?
Right.
My kids had, oh my gosh, my morning was so nuts with doctor's appointments and dentist appointments but I worked, I did a lot of work while I waited for them because, it was just a good opportunity to do so.
Multitask.
Sitting there by myself, of course, I'm going to make myself, busy and do some work. So. Yeah, don't just be scrolling Facebook while you sit there.
Yeah.
And we all have done that before. Like I've caught
Just
myself.
scrolling the entire time, and you didn't accomplish one thing. You didn't message one person.
And then you say, well, I don't have time to do this.
Yeah, and then
Right.
you got to check yourself.
When I see my coaches sometimes liking my stuff, I'm like, you've been
Yep,
but just laughing because
Facebook.
it's such a time. It is such a time waster. I catch myself doing it too.
Oh, I do it all the
I have to stop myself. Like, oh my God, what are you doing, Brandy? I'll sit on the couch and like I'm gonna work, and then I'll just start.
Yep, I do the same thing. Well, let me just scroll a little bit first, and then I'll do my work.
Yeah.
And that's where I find that planner that I use, that when I have it set up to alarm me of what's next, that I don't scroll. Like I'm just, I've got 30 minutes to connect with 5 people, send out my invites, friend my people, so that kind of helps me stay on track and not like even look at the news feed.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do it early in the morning, there's not much on the news feed anyways.
Right, it's dead.
So,
No
Do you turn off your notifications and stuff? Like when you're working, do you turn all your notifications off so you're not bothered?
no. And honestly, it's because I really don't know how to do it. So I just ignore them. And even like the messages that I have coming back in, they pop up at the bottom and I'm just like, okay, I'll get back to them in just a second.
Yeah. So what do you say for somebody, because we've kind of been in this together. What do you say to somebody that there's a lot of people that want it now, and there's a lot of people that I don't really, nobody on here, but a lot of people that do not really understand what it takes, like you getting up at 3:00 in the morning. So what do you say to people when this business works, but it does take, like I tell people, it's like a college degree. It's going to take like that much time, I think. So what do you tell people that they get, like your coaches that might get frustrated, or that it's not happening fast enough, but they're doing all this stuff? Like, how do you keep them motivated and yourself?
Well, it's happened to me. So like I've been a coach for, I think it's been around 3 years, and I just hit diamond a couple months ago. So, I mean, it really just happens at your own pace and how much work you put into it. And I probably could have hit faster, but I didn't have that time. I didn't have the momentum to just sit down and like pretty much go all in for hours a day. So like I just kind of, tell them my story and be like, look, I've been a coach for 3 years and I've been Emerald for 2.5.
Yeah.
So, but you just got to keep sending the invites. And, one of my coaches, she was one of them that I messaged probably that first year, and she finally joined me 1.5 years later. So she, it takes time for people to jump on board too. You just got to keep checking in with them. So
they want to watch you for a very long time before they will actually commit, just to make sure that you're not going to quit.
Yeah.
And what I love about Megan's post is like, and what I think that Beachbody really should be about, being a coach, is your post is, it's your life, your reality show. She's pictures, like she's always posting. So I'm taking my kids to practice. She gets her hair colored all the time. I just got my hair colored. I love her hair colored. By the way, I just got my hair colored, and it's always about what she is doing in that moment, and she's posting and sharing and taking a picture of it.
Right.
So yeah. I think that's awesome.
Do you have a like page?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you schedule your posts in the morning for that, or no? You just post on the fly?
Well, in regards to my posts, sometimes in the morning I'll like figure out what I want to post the day, but I don't really sit down and like write them out and get them all ready, because I just find that hard for me. Like I'm more of like this is what's happening in this moment.
I'm the same way.
And this is,
That's me.
my workout, or I just did it, or, so, but with my like page, what I'll do is majority of the time, it's the same stuff that I post on my personal page. So I will take it and then I'll schedule it to post like an hour later. But I don't post as much on my like page as my personal page, just because it's not getting much traction right now.
What do you say to somebody that, because you are very, very extremely shy?
Oh yeah. If you have
Like,
asked me to do
Megan,
this
like,
like a year ago, I would have said hell no.
You would have not done this a year ago. Like she's very, and like that's a good, not a bad thing. She's just very, very shy. Like once you get to know her, you're not. But what before you do, is she's very, very shy. So what do you say to a coach that comes into business that is very, very shy? Because there's a lot of people that come in to this kind of business and they're really shy and they're afraid to post and they're, because it's like way out of their comfort zone. So how did you get out of that?
Well, originally I just started, posting like already made photos and stuff like that. I didn't post anything of myself, or I would just post words or just motivation, and then slowly I would just do pictures over here and there of my workouts. And so I think it's just about taking it at your own pace and what you're comfortable with. Because, the live videos have been out for how long now? And I just did my, I think, third one yesterday because it's not comfortable for me. But yeah, you just kind of got to post what you're comfortable with and then gradually add on from there.
That's helpful. Do you guys have anything to add, or do you want to take questions?
You guys have questions?
Megan, is that app you were talking about, is that for Apple or for iPhones and Droids, or do you not know?
I'm not for sure. I have a Droid.
Okay.
It's actually called Planner Pro.
Planner Pro.
Planner Pro?
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. Do you ever take a day off, Megan?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you get like just what do you call it? Like sometimes you get like burned out. Like I think you probably do fast because of you getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Do you just take a break for?
Yeah. And lately I've noticed that Sundays are kind of my break day. I don't post that often. Like I may post once in the morning and say, hey, but then I'm just kind of chill and I probably don't do my Teamsy and I don't do any more posts. It's just kind of a reboot day.
You have to do that. You have to have a reboot day. It'll hurt you if you don't.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But then when I do have a day like that, I know that I've got to kind of do a little bit extra the next couple days or whatever to kind of make up for it. So
that's okay. It's worth it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Does anybody have any questions?
No?
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Like, this was helpful. Like, now she's got me motivated getting up earlier. You're Wonder Woman for sure.
Really want it, you're going to get up early if you don't have time to do it. So,
yeah.
figure out why you want
and
it.
then you'll be able to talk about this on stage. I'm going to take pictures. Like, yeah. I'm going to take a picture.
All right, guys. Oh, take a picture? What?
Yeah. Hold on.
Are you close?
Okay.
I can screenshot it.
Oh, yeah. Screenshot it. I mean, it don't matter.
I already did screenshot.
Oh, okay.
You did?
Okay,
Yeah.
Carolyn. Why didn't you tell me that the 30 seconds? I was like, hold on.
Because I wanted to see you take a picture with the camera.
Okay, I got it too. All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Megan.
you, Megan.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
Megan.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
All right.
Night.